my name's Liz, I'm the baker that sews. Welcome to my channel if you're new, and welcome back if you are a subscriber. As always, it's really lovely to have you here as I share my sewing journey. So welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be my summer sewing plans. So I have got out lots of fabric from my stash. There's a couple of pieces of fabric that I have been buying, and in my last video I talked about a few of my plans, which I will be talking about in this video. But I always start the summer holidays with a big long list of projects of things that I'd like to get sewn up. Some things for my summer holidays, some things just because I always know that in June and July I don't get a huge amount of time for sewing. So I'm always really itching by the time the end of July and August come around to sew lots and lots of things. And I am really fortunate that I'm a teacher and my husband's a teacher, so we have a lot of time at home together. My children have got lots of hobbies that they like to do at home, so it means that I do get a lot of time over the summer holidays to immerse myself in sewing, get myself set up in my sewing space, and I usually put on a book to listen to, or I stick the radio on, and I just enjoy hours and hours and hours of uninterrupted sewing time. And the only time that I get interrupted is if someone wants a lift somewhere or they'd like me to make them some food. So yeah, I'm planning to get lots of full days of sewing or half days of sewing, and hopefully lots and lots of these plans that I talk about today I will be able to get sewn up. And of course by the end of the summer I'll update you on how I've gotten on with all of my plans. There's always other things that come along that I think I want to get sewn up as well, so I'm sure this will not be an exclusive list of everything that I get sewn up across the summer holidays. So before I start with all my plans, I'll let you know what I'm wearing. And my husband and I have a summer tradition of going to the Royal Academy of Arts to look at their summer exhibition that's on every year. It's one of my favourite things to do. We get up early, go into London, and we get there for the opening of the exhibition at 10 o'clock. It's a really lovely, enjoyable experience. I love seeing the range of art. It's always absolutely incredible. I try not to take too many photos, but there were a couple of pieces that really caught my eye, so I'll stick a few pictures in now. But I always like to put on a nice dress, so I put on my Sydney Squid Lyra shirt dress, which I'll put a picture in of me wearing. You can see the full length of it. I've just got some green earrings because I put green trainers on. I feel like orange and green go really nicely together. So it's the Lyra shirt dress, so it's got the collar, it's got buttons down. I never fasten my shirt dresses all the way up. I always feel like they're choking me, so I always have it open like this. This Lyra shirt dress I put on the sleeves of the Fabric Godmother fleur dress, because I love the puff sleeve, and then you've got that lovely little band. I have put ties on, and I just secure them in the side seams before you attach the skirt and the bodice, and I've just got them at the front, and it just cinches the waist in ever so slightly. And then I'm wearing the version that's got the extra tier on, so it's like a midi length dress, and I did put pockets in this version as well. I absolutely love this dress. This fabric is so fun. It was from Fabric Godmother, and it's out of stock sadly, and then they did have another colourway which I bought for my husband because I'm going to make him a shirt. I nearly said skirt. I'm going to make him a shirt, but the fabric's in the other colourway, so it's orange background, cream squids. So that's what I'm wearing. So now on to my summer sewing plans. There are a lot of plans here, some for me, some for my family. I am optimistic that I'll be able to get lots of them sewn up, if not all of them sewn up. There's quite a few here that I really want to get sewn up in time for our holidays. We're going away in about a week's time, so I'm really optimistic that I can get lots of these sewn up, but we'll see. They're not in any particular order, and I've got the fabrics to share with you. I don't have the pattern images, but what I will do, like I tried to do with all of my videos, I'll put in images of the patterns, and where possible I'll link the fabrics down below. Some of them might be out of stock because some of them I bought ages ago, and I'll definitely link all the patterns down below. So I was very kindly sent the So Simple book by Tammy Handmade. Now I was going to buy this book, but I was sent it very kindly by Tammy, and lots of my sewing plans are from this book. I'm very excited. I've already had a go at sewing up this dress, the shirred dress, and one of my plans is one of those. So I'm just going to work through my notebook. Like I said, they're not in any particular order, but I have got lots of offcuts of ribbed jersey, and I really want to turn them into something. And in this book there is a pattern for a tank top, so I'm just going to show you. It's a really simple little tank top, So if I hold it up, I can show you. That's what it looks like. So it's the model's wearing it with a skirt, so it looks like a dress at the moment, but it is actually a tank top. It says it's a key wardrobe staple. It's a trendy tank top, which is the perfect crop top to pair with shorts or skirts. I'm not 100% sure about a cropped tank top on me, but I have got a lot of high-waisted skirts, high-waisted trousers, so I feel like this would work really nicely with those. It comes in sizes UK 6 to UK 32. It's a really straightforward tank top. As you can see from the line drawings, you've got a neckband, and then you also have a band for the armholes as well. It looks like a really speedy sew. Looks like it'll come together really quickly as well. In terms of fabric suggestions, they recommend light to medium weight knit fabrics like jersey, viscose jersey, cotton jersey, ribbed knit or Ponte Roma. So I've got a couple of pieces. These are all offcuts because I've already cut the pattern out. But this is just a rib knit fabric. I think I got this from New Craft House ages ago. It's just in a grey, and I think most of these are actually in plain jerseys, and I think they'll go with lots of my skirts and trousers that I've got. So it's a really straightforward knit fabric. This is a khaki knit fabric that I got from Semi Sunshine ages ago. I can't actually remember what I turned this into. I think it must have been a dress of some sort. Maybe it was the True Bias Nico dress. This is a little bit fluffy. It feels a bit furry on the outside, but yeah, it's just in a khaki. That again, I think will be a staple. I've also got cut out in a pink. It's like a bubblegum pink that I got from New Craft House. And then I've also got it cut out in this khaki and blue striped fabric, and I think I got this from Fabric Godmother. So I've got quite a few of the tank tops cut out, and I've also got it cut out in a green, but I didn't have any of the offcuts of that fabric. So that's kind of the first project, just sewing up some really simple tank tops, because I do need some plain tops that I can wear with my skirts and my trousers for when the weather's really warm. I've got some plain t-shirts, but even wearing a plain t-shirt sometimes I just feel a little bit hot. So I'm going to see how I feel once I've sewn up the tank tops and pair them with the high-waisted skirts and trousers. If I don't like the tank top on me, because it is quite cropped, I could either have a go at extending it, or I can just give them to Lola because I know that she likes wearing that sort of thing. So it's not the end of the world. So either I'm going to end up with lots of tank tops, or Lola's going to end up with lots of tank tops. And then I'm going to sew up the skirt. So I've got enough of this khaki coloured rib knit fabric that I got from, I'm sure I got it from Fabric Godmother, because I got it in a different colourway. I got it in like a blue and purple colourway as well. So I've got enough of that to do the skirt that goes with the tank top. So let me see if I can find that in the book to show you as well. It's just a really simple knit skirt. So it's called a stretch midi skirt. I should have had these all tabbed, it would have made it a lot easier to show you. But here you can see on the model, so it looks like a really simple, fairly fitted actually, stretch midi skirt, and it's got a slit up one of the sides, and then it's just an elasticated waistband. And I thought that would go really nicely with the tank top. So as you can see on the line drawings, it's just a really straightforward midi skirt, and because it's in jersey, it'll be really comfortable and stretchy as well. And they've got it on with the halter neck, like almost like a tank top as well. There's a pattern for a halter neck dress in jersey. That's a really cute outfit. I'm not sure about that kind of neckline on me because I've got quite a large bust. I'm just not sure, personally, I'm not sure that I would feel comfortable wearing something like that. Let me see if I can show you the halter neck dress, because it's really cute. Yeah, so that's the halter neck dress. Which is really cute. I'm also a little bit funny about wearing really fitted garments. I prefer to wear quite loose fitting garments, but I'm trying to lean into wearing some fitted garments as well. So yeah, I'm going to sew up the tank top and the skirt for myself as well. And again, if I make it up and I don't like it, Lola can definitely inherit that outfit as well. So then I've already talked about very briefly that I've sewn up this sheer dress. I'll put an image in of me wearing it because I shared it for the So Fruity challenge over on Instagram. So I used a stripe and cherry fabric for my first version, fell in love with it. And if you followed me for a while, you'll know that I also love using duvet sets to sew up garments as well. I always take a lot of inspiration from bedding sets. And I found one. Now, I can't remember where I got it from. I want to say I got it from Sainsbury's. but it might not have been Sainsbury's. I'll see if I can try and remember where I got it from. I might do a Google image search of the picture of the bedding. But I saw this gorgeous strawberry print bedding, couldn't resist it. It's a really gorgeous, I'm not quite sure what the composition of the fabric is either. It feels quite silky, but I know that it's not a silk fabric. But yeah, let me show you the sheared dress and top. So you can do a dress or you can do a top. So that's what the dress looks like. It's got these really gorgeous tie straps. The bodice is sheared, and it's up to you how much shearing you do on the bodice. It's really interesting pattern piece because you cut all of this up to the ruffle as one pattern piece, front and then back, and then you shear the bodice. You can try it on, check that you're happy with how much of the sheared bodice you've done, and then you attach the ruffle on the bottom, and then you attach the ties as well. So it comes together really quickly. In terms of difficulty level for the book, they've described it as intermediate. Any of the patterns I talk about from this book come in sizes UK 6 to 32. This is a sheared pattern that could be sewn as a dress or a top. It features a comfy sheared bodice that uses elastic thread and allows you to slip on the garment without any tricky fastening. The dress has a midi length finish that includes a gathered ruffle, and in terms of fabric recommendations, they recommend light to medium weight woven fabric like a cotton, linen, viscose, gingham, satin or crepe. This would look so cute in a gingham. Like Tammy's got it on there in this beautiful yellow and white gingham, absolutely stunning. I'm trying to find the top just to show you what it looks like as just a top. That's the line drawing for just the top, so you can see that it's sheared and it's got the really cute straps as well. So the fabric that I have got, it's all cut out as you can see, is this absolutely beautiful. It's going to be really tricky for me to hold up. So this is what the pattern piece looks like for the bodice and the skirt. So as you can see, it's all in one, and then this is the fabric. It's really cute. It's got this really gorgeous large scale strawberry print all over it with leaves, and it's almost like an off-white. It's not quite a pure white colour. I just thought it was really striking, and I think it's going to make a really cute summer dress. So I'm really looking forward to sewing that one up as well. And like I say, I've already sewn that dress up, and I know that it doesn't take too long. Once you've done the shearing, that's what takes forever. And I found that actually getting lots and lots of bobbins ready with the shearing elastic in, so that once you run out, because I found after 3 or 4 rows of shearing, I'd run out of elastic, I could just pop another one in. So you weren't having to stop and start as much as if you've got lots of shearing elastic ready to go. So that's another project that I'm really hoping can get sewn up. And then I've had this like crochet effect fabric that I got from Sew Me Sunshine. I checked before I started filming this video, and they've still got some of this fabric in stock. It's absolutely stunning. So I've only got a little bit left now because I've cut it out. But this is beautiful. Now when I bought this, I always wanted to turn it into like a co-ord set for my holidays, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. Almost like it's something that I can chuck on over a bikini, so I can go and have lunch at the cafe, or go and have a drink at lunchtime at the bar, or even in the evening chuck it on. And I could always put a little cami top underneath if I wanted to, and because this is very see-through, as you can see, because of the type of fabric. I love green. If you followed me for a while, you'll know that this is my absolute favourite colour. So as soon as I saw this fabric on the Sew Me Sunshine website, I had to have some. So I think I got 2 meters of this fabric, and it was quite wide because I'd managed to cut out a t-shirt and shorts, and then I had enough of the fabric left to do like a little cami top as well. So the pattern that I'm using is called the Swim Style Lara Lounge set. So it's a relaxed fit boyfriend style t-shirt and shorts. The shorts are really straightforward. You just get the front short pattern piece and the back pattern piece. You don't get a waistband. When you cut out the shorts, the leg pattern pieces, it's quite deep. So you just turn it over, stitch it, and then put elastic in. So it's a really simple pattern to put together. It doesn't take very long at all. The t-shirt has just got a neckband that you put in, and then you just hem the sleeves and you hem the bottom of the t-shirt as well. So it comes together really quickly. So I'm going to use this fabric to sew up the Lara Loungewear set, and then also use a cami top to turn the rest of it into a little cami top. And I'm going to use a pattern again out of this book, because in this book there's also a cami dress. I think that's what they call it, a camisole top and dress. So, and the top has lining. So I'm going to try and use the rest of the crochet to sew up, the crochet fabric to sew up this really cute top. But what I think I might do is I think I might make the straps just slightly thicker, because they're really thin straps there, and I worry about this fabric like falling apart as I'm trying to turn it through. So I will probably cut them out as slightly wider straps for that cami top as well. But that's cute, and you can also turn it into a dress, which is here. So it's almost like a relaxed fit slip dress, which is really cute as well. So I've got plans to turn that into a t-shirt and shorts, but also a little cami top. And then the next thing, I've talked about this before when I've dug this fabric out, and again, if you followed me for a while, you'll know that I absolutely love this pattern, but it's the Fabric Godmother fleur dress, which you can turn into a top with a really cute peplum, or you can turn it into a dress, and you can also do the top sleeveless or with these gorgeous puff sleeves, and you can do the dress sleeveless or with these gorgeous puff sleeves. So I'm going to be using this lemon double gauze fabric, and I think I got this from Sew Me Sunshine, but I bought it absolutely ages ago, and I want to sew this up for my holidays so that it can match my nails. I think that'll make a really cute, nice floaty dress for the evening. So that's what I've got plans for that one. If you're not familiar with the Fabric Godmother fleur dress, it's one of their own patterns. It comes in sizes UK 6 to 30. In terms of fabric recommendations, they recommend a fabric that's got a bit of body, like a poplin, a linen, or a lightweight denim. I've sewn it in a double gauze before, in a strawberry print double gauze, and it works really nicely in a double gauze. So I'm pretty sure that lemon fabric will work really nicely for the fleur dress. And it's got this really gorgeous like tie detail going down the front. I will put pictures in of all the patterns as I'm talking through what they look like. But yeah, I'm really excited about that dress, so I hope that I get time to get that sewn up. And then if you've watched my previous video, which was a fabric and pattern haul video, you will have seen me sharing some swimwear fabric, which I'm going to be using to sew up the Gia surf suit for Ruby and Lola. So this is the first fabric. This is fabric that Lola chose, and we just got it from the local fabric shop to us. So it's a pink, almost like zebra print fabric. When I was cutting that fabric out to sew up the top, when I was pulling the fabric to see what it would feel like across her, it didn't feel like it had enough stretch going across. So actually I've decided to just use the pink fabric for leggings for Lola. And then we went through my stash, and I had this beautiful floral swimwear fabric that I got from Sew Me Sunshine years ago, and that has more stretch. So I'm going to use the floral fabric to sew up the top, the Gia surf suit, and then I'm going to use the pink fabric to sew up leggings. So she's going to have a bit of a pattern clashing outfit going on, but I know she'll be able to pull that off. And then Ruby chose this almost like blue Aztec geometric type fabric, which has got enough stretch. It feels softer than the fabric Lola chose, and I know that there'll be enough stretch for me to sew up the surf suit but also the leggings. So I'm going to use two patterns because they both like to be completely covered up when they're swimming. So I'm going to use the Friday Pattern Company Gia surf suit. So you can sew up a one-piece swimsuit or a bodysuit or a rash guard, or just like a sun cover up. That comes in sizes extra small to 7X, and in terms of fabric, they recommend knit fabric that's got 4-way stretch. And then for the bottom part, I'm going to use the Sew Over at Hubie leggings, which comes in a size 6 to 30. And in terms of fabric, they recommend medium weight knit fabric with 50% stretch. So both of the fabrics work really well for the leggings, but I've had to change the top fabric for Lola, but for Rubes, the fabric works really well for them. And I know that they're going to really enjoy wearing them on holiday, and I definitely do need to get those sewn up so they've got some new swimwear when we go away. Then the next fabric, I've got them all sort of laid out next to me so I can grab the projects to show you. But the next one, I talked again about this in my previous video, but it's the Sardine fabric that I got from Fabric Godmother for my birthday. And I have firm plans to turn this into some wide-legged trousers. They're cut out, ready to go, and I really want to get these sewn up for when we go away. Because I think they'd work really nicely with the pink tank top that I'm going to sew up. And I just think the fabric is perfect for going away. So this is the pattern. I've talked about this pattern so much on my channel. I absolutely love it. It's a McCall's M7131. I'm going to be sewing up these wide leg trousers, and they've got these gorgeous, I don't know if you're going to be able to see, but pleats at the top. And I've got the sewing bee to thank for this. I think it might have been last year's sewing bee, and that's when I fell in love with this pattern. So the fabric is this really fun, that's just a pocket bag, this really fun fabric from Fabric Godmother, and it's got all these sardines in like cans, all with brightly coloured backgrounds on them. It's such a fun fabric. If I hold this up, you'll be able to see, really fun fabric, and I think that's just going to make the most amazing pair of trousers. So I really want to get those sewn up as well. I did say at the beginning of this video, lots and lots of ambitious plans. So then the next fabric, I've had this in my stash maybe since last summer. It's this really gorgeous, bright, kind of tropical print fabric. I think I got it from Fabric Godmother. Just got it in one of my project bags to keep it all together. And I'm going to be sewing up the Tilly Buttons Mabel dress. And I'm going to be sewing up the elbow length sleeves, but in the dress version. And the fabric is absolutely stunning. It's such a beautiful, bright fabric. Look at all those tropical flowers and leaves. And then if you look really carefully, there's loads of different parrots. It's such a fun fabric. I think I did get this from, it was either Fabric Godmother or Semi Sunshine. So the Tilly and the Buttons Mabel dress comes in sizes UK 6 to 34. You can sew up a top or you can sew up a dress. It's got this really gorgeous square shaped elastic neckline. I can show you on the image that I've got here. This really beautiful neckline. And that is finished with elastic. You put elastic in these channels here. Then it's got like a keyhole opening, and then these ties are faux ties. They don't actually cinch the top in. The elastic does all of that work for you. But the ties just make this really pretty bow at the front. And then what I really love is, I don't know if you can see, but the sleeves have got shirring, and then you get this beautiful little like ruffly effect on the sleeves. And then you've also got shirring across here, just under your bust as well. Which kind of gives the dress a little bit of shape. And then the skirt for the dress is sort of midi length. It looks really nice in a floaty like viscose fabric. So the fabric that I've chosen for the Mabel, I think it was a cotton, I think it's a cotton poplin actually, or maybe it was a sateen fabric. It feels a bit silky, or maybe it was a cotton lawn. I should really check before I film these videos. But yeah, it's not as drapey like a viscose is, but I still think it'll work really nicely for the Mabel. It's not too thick, and it has got a little bit of movement to it. I just think it's such a lovely fun fabric. I think it'll work really nicely as the Mabel dress. And then the next fabric, I have got some fabric that I got from the Stitch Festival, I think it was, and this is a Fabric Godmother fabric. I love pink and red together. This is a viscose crepe, so it's got that sort of crinkly texture to it. It's such a fun print. I've still got quite a bit of this left actually, probably enough to sew up a little cami top or something. It moves so beautifully. So what I'm going to do with this fabric is turn it into the Friday Pattern Company Saltwater slip dress. I think that will work so nicely in this beautiful fabric. I've sewn a couple of Saltwater slip dresses. I've sewn one for me, and then I've sewn a dress each for Rubes and Lola as well, and they loved wearing them last summer. So yeah, I'm hoping to get another one sewn up for me, and I think that will work really nicely in that fabric. So the Saltwater slip is a pattern by Friday Pattern Company. It's a simple slip dress with adjustable straps, and there's two different length options. So you can do an option above the knee, or you can do T length, and then it's got side slits. And then there's also optional side ties, so I will be putting the side ties in. In terms of fabric recommendations, I recommend light to medium weight woven fabrics like a rayon, viscose, lawn, and lightweight linen. And then in terms of sizes, it comes in extra small up to 7X. And then again, in my previous video that's just been published, I talked about some fabrics and patterns that I'm going to get sewn up for James. So I'm just going to grab them and show you. So I mentioned in my previous video, I've been looking for the perfect shirt pattern and shorts pattern. So I went shopping and I had a little flick through the magazine that you get in John Lewis. He's been wanting a shirt that's got like a mandarin collar like this one. So I'm going to sew this up, and I'm also going to sew up a pair of longer shorts so they stop just above the knee. They're both Simplicity patterns. The shirt is Simplicity S9858, and this pattern comes in extra small up to extra large. And then the other pattern is the Simplicity Easy to Sew S9795, and again it's extra small up to extra large. In terms of the shirts, they describe it as an easy pattern, and suggested fabrics, they recommend corduroy, cotton shirting, faux leather suede, lightweight denim, linens and rayons. And I'm going to be sewing it in this really gorgeous lightweight cotton fabric from Hey So Sister, and then also a cotton poplin from Fabric Godmother in the squid fabric. And then for the shorts, they recommend, in terms of fabrics, they recommend batiks, chambray, cottons, interlock, nylon, sports fabrics and poplin. And then you can also use a mesh fabric. So that's what, you probably can't see it, but that's what the model is wearing. It's like a mesh sports fabric. So the fabrics that I'm going to be using are this really lightweight, I think it's like a screen printed fabric from Hey So Sister. And this is, you can see it's very lightweight, like you can see the Sydney squids through it. And it's a kind of like a mustardy brown stripe with lilac stripes, and then it's got all these butter blocks printed all over it. It's really fun. And then this is the Sydney squid fabric that I was talking about. Let me turn it the other way so you can see. So as you can see, mine is cream with orange squids, and James's is orange with cream squids. So I'm going to take this dress on holiday. It might be a little bit too hot to wear this dress, but I am going to definitely wear it whilst he wears his shorts and shirts, and I'll try and get some photos of him too. But I think they're going to be really fun makes. So I'm really excited about sewing up the shirts and giving those patterns a try as well as the shorts. Hopefully they'll be really good patterns and I can keep bringing those out time and time again. And yeah, hopefully I'll make some shirts that he absolutely loves wearing. So the final project I'd like to get sewn up is inspired by some beautiful fabric that Sew Me Sunshine shared on their website. It's this absolutely stunning swimwear fabric. How beautiful is that? It's on a black background, and then it's got all these bright coloured, like celestial themed images all over it. And it's got really good stretch both ways. And I'm going to use this fabric to sew myself a bikini. And the pattern that I'm going to use is a pattern I've used before. It's a pattern by Sew Over, and it's the Zara bikini and swimsuit set. So you can sew up a swimsuit, but you can also sew up a bikini. And what I really love about the bikini is it's got this really cute like tie detail at the front. I think you can get a thick band or you can get a thinner band, and you can definitely get thicker or thinner straps as well. And you can make the straps adjustable, and then you get the pants to go with the top as well, or you can just sew up the swimsuit. I'm going to go for the bikini. I much prefer a two-piece rather than a swimsuit. In terms of sizes for the Zara bikini and swimsuit pattern, it comes in sizes UK 6 to 30. And in terms of fabric recommendations, they recommend light to medium weight swim fabric that's got 4-way stretch. And that's what this fabric has got. And I could not resist this fabric. And they had another swimwear fabric that they've added to their website, which is light blue, and it's got lemons all over it, which is absolutely beautiful. But I had to choose between the two. I didn't need to get both of them. So I went with this one because I just thought it was really fun and quite unique fabric as well. So, like I said at the start of the video, lots and lots of ambitious plans. I'm really hopeful that I'll get lots of these things sewn up, if not all of the projects sewn up. I have got plans to give myself a good couple of days of just sewing, which I'm very excited about. I haven't given myself a couple of days of just immersing myself in sewing for such a long time. And when we're back, I will share lots of photos of us wearing our outfits if I manage to get them sewn up. And of course, I will come back and update you on my summer sewing plans as well. So yeah, that was everything I wanted to share with you today. I hope you've enjoyed hearing what I've been getting up to, hearing some of my plans and seeing some of the beautiful fabrics that I've been able to shop my stash. Most of the fabrics actually I shopped my stash for, and I'm really looking forward to using some of those scraps of rib knit fabric to make some cute tank tops as well. Thank you as always for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, please do give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd really love it if you could hit that subscribe button, because you'll get notified of when I bring out my next video. Thank you as always for watching. Take care, and I'll be back soon with another video. Bye.